Hi everybody, here's Krystyan from TeamworkCast.
And this is Marsellus, and winter is coming.
Yes indeed, and this is Netrunner TeamworkCast. This is a draft that we organized on the 22nd of November in Cologne. This is the Hardwired Draft, the brand new packs that are not released yet, that Marsellus brought with him from Worlds. And we cracked those packs open and used them to draft, and we're going to show you some brand new cards from the Moonbat cycle, not released yet. And these are some brand new cards here right there, not from the Moonbat cycle, because these are draft specific. These are two identities that are now can be used in draft. On the left we have Shaper, which is Jamie Bzzz. And yeah, what's the ability?
The first time each turn you install a card, and you have more Shaper cards installed, or more Shaper cards than any other faction, you draw one card, which is kind of like Exile. But what is interesting, you want to draw Shaper cards, install them early, and then whenever you install any faction card, but you still have more Shaper cards, you will draw something, and this just speeds up your deck.
Yes, you have unlimited influence, so you don't have to use only Shaper cards, it's just you get benefits when you use Shaper cards. And on the right we have the Wayland identity.
Fringe Applications, tomorrow, today, Wayland represent. And this one says, if you have more Wayland cards rest than any other faction, when the runner's turn begins, place an advancement counter on a piece of ice.
Ooh,
that sounds decent, and
that's kind of like built together, or what's the name of that?
Because we build it.
Because we build it, yes. That's kind of like because we build it. That is actually good.
Exactly, because you don't have to spend a credit, or you don't have to spend a click. You get the advancement token for free. Well, you have to fulfill this prerequisite.
Yeah.
But well, if you want to play this, you just draft for Wayland cards, and there's plenty of them in the draft decks.
We're gonna see how difficult or easy it is to actually trigger those abilities, because you have to have those cards installed and rezzed. So, for example, like if you have Wayland Ice, you have to actually have the Wayland Ice rest for this ability to trigger. So on the left, it's me. On the right, it's Guybrush, Nico, also known as Guybrush. And he starts with an install in front of R&D and HQ, and then a remote server, and he's just losing his mind because I just started with a sure gamble. It's
impossible.
Almost like it's not a normal game. I'm running on R&D. There's no rest on R&D.
Medical research fundraiser, nice. You love this card to see.
Yeah.
Even more money.
As a corporation, as a runner, you're not really this mad when this happens. Like,
no,
yes,
it's fine.
It's fine. Give me some money. Running on HQ, now Nico has to think about, Guybrush has to think about this.
Shadow. So, now Wayland would trigger, because now there's more Wayland rest than anything other, but, well, he has to wait until the end of his turn, I think.
It is at the end of his turn?
No, when the runner turn begins.
Okay.
So, which is more or less the same as at the end of his turn. But yeah, well, Shadow actually gets a benefit from advancement tokens.
So I got a tag here, but I snagged Gila hands from his hand.
Nice.
So that's really nice. And also he drafted Gila hands. Jesus Christ. Lucky bastard.
Yeah.
And Muertos derezzing the...
Oh no, this is supreme trolling. Now Wayland doesn't do anything anymore. This is cool.
Yes. So this is kind of interesting. You can play around those abilities by
derezzing ice. Do you still have the
ice.
Tag?
I removed the tag.
Right, because otherwise this would could have become a bummer.
Throwing in the medical fundraiser.
Nice.
Both of us getting the monies. Yeah, I don't think my Bzzz will be ever triggered. I'd really drafted some really crazy decks.
Yeah, this is what I like about drafting. I mean, you have this idea, you know the identities, but at the end, well, it's what you draft that determines your ability. And the thing is that the criminal draft runner ID is terribly bad.
Yeah, it removes
really
tags.
It removes tags, and there's hardly anything in the corp draft pool that does tags.
Yeah, something that's really pissed me off is like there were crash spaces in the draft. Why? When there's an ID that removes tags, why do you have credits that remove tags? This is just...
Exactly, so there might be a hint to FFG. Well...
But I think the drafts are getting better and better every time. It's really great here. I think the card pools are really like fine-tuned now, to some extent. So running on R&D.
But no,
yeah. And I'm like, thank you, I'm taking those back on my hand. And he realizes, wait a minute, that's not a good idea. So
doesn't Muertos just say uninstalled, and this is what would happen?
No, when it's trashed.
No, when it's uninstalled.
It's trashed.
Seriously? When it's trashed?
And we don't have Muertos here, but I think it's trashed. And we're gonna post a smart message later on when I'm gonna edit this to fix it. But I'm pretty sure it's when it's trashed.
It's when it's uninstalled.
It's trashed, man.
Pretty sure it's when it's uninstalled.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this is I saw nothing there on R&D, and And Guybrush reses the Eve, which is also great.
Nice. I drafted one as well. I think I never rested it though. But well, economy. And expensive for the runner to trash, and particularly because you have only one credit right now.
Yeah, I had to trash a lot of things from his R&D. Probably overdid a little bit there, because you kind of want to keep them poor, but you yourself as a runner doesn't really have that much money.
Exactly.
So it's a bit of a tricky situation, but I decided to trash it anyway.
Well, and at least the Eve prevents him from creating a scoring remote right now, so at least you have this tempo advantage, because, well...
And also, of course, I drafted some things that I think, okay, I'm going to be able to trash some more things. Nice. I have to read this up there, because I see, I think it's Ronald.
Ronald 5.
Yeah.
I think he's already on, right? He's already
out, yeah. So the idea is, we're going to see him later on, I think, but the idea is that I have to spend a click whenever I trash. So yeah, I'm like thinking about this, whether to trash the buy. I don't have the money anyway, so whatever. And of course, now I'm exploiting the fact that he doesn't want to rest the Archangel now.
Oh, right.
Because of Muertos, and I really hope that we read the Muertos correctly now, because then it would have been some really nice blackmail.
Yeah. This would have been awesome for him. Archangels. When I drafted on Worlds, my Monolith got Archangels, so this is more or less the most expensive card existing ever.
Yeah, that's something that's very painful, I must assume. But yeah, Archangeling out an Imp as well, so like really great.
Oh yeah, he control you supremely now.
No.
You can. Yeah, you
I control him.
Just run
I just spend some tokens. Like, I'm gonna leave the Imp around, like Archangel or something, bro. Yeah. Also,
nice.
keep in mind that I installed an Anarch and a criminal card, but no Shaper card inside.
Well, kind of sucks.
And of course, that Imp wants to see the Eve campaign here.
Yeah, but you're low on credits.
I am, but the Imp is nice.
Yeah, Imp,
I can make him rest stuff.
And there are no CVS, so...
Alright, running on the Eve campaign. I want to try to Imp the Eve campaign. Supreme trolling here with Tour Guide has now one subroutine because one asset is rezzed. So running on a second asset here, I'm try to get some damage done.
Sure, before he purges.
And there is Ronald.
Awesome.
He rezzed the Ronald. And I'm like, and this puts me like in a very weird situation, because now it's like, okay, if I trash this with Imp, I will have to spend a click, and that is Lily Lockwell, and I'm like, what? Why? And I'm asking, like, do you want to use her, because you can trash her to draw 3 cards? And he's like, no, I'm just gonna keep her here. And I'm like, completely, I have no idea what to do now. There's so many cards I never played against. So I not trash her and then run on Ronald, but then I would lose a click of by trashing Ronald, because he also is used
self-referencing.
Yeah. So
This is
so
weird.
I decide to trash the Lily Lockwell instead.
Okay.
Because I would lose the click anyway, and running on Ronald now would make me lose yet another click, you know?
Oh, terrible. But at least, there's 2 HB cards and 1 Wayland card.
Yeah, so now his ability doesn't trigger anymore. I managed to not make him trigger the ability. That's a hedge fund, man.
Nice. Moneying up.
Yeah, and the problem is, like, I cannot run on HQ because I saw there's shadow, and I cannot afford tags because of Muertos.
Yeah, that would be terrible. So...
Yeah, I'm gotta find some solution for this tour guide. Really nice, simple Enderon ice. Some really good ice that William got here.
There are parasites, though, in the draft pack itself.
Yeah, I haven't drafted a single one, so that's not going to be a solution for this. But I did run on the Ronald and trash Ronald. That will bring the subroutines of the tour guide down, and also I maybe will do some more attacks. So I actually run on R&D there, but don't find anything.
Oh yeah, and Archangel now is not so cool.
Yeah, like like both cards. I actually made sure that all the cards that I install. I have some more cards on my hand, but I don't want to install it. I want to exploit the Archangels.
Nice.
And when you install something other in front of R&D, then I can start like.
Oh, nice! You could do wanton destruction. Because I mean, he's Oh, no, not anymore. But it was just the shadow, and I mean, you could go tag me and just say, well,
he doesn't
I
stop
don't
me.
care, but Well,
All right,
no.
so I run actually a face check on the R&D, and that is going to be a turnpike. I lose some credit, and I'm going to get a tag, probably. So I'm getting a tag. I do have the access, though.
Was that another tour guide? Looked like it.
That's can very much be. And I think
Turnpike is so
at this point, I'm
disgusting.
going tag me. It's like there's no way for me to
Exactly.
I don't have the money to clear the tag, and at this point, it's like whatever. I gotta do the plunge. Accessing the HQ, because I think there might be something in HQ. Yep, there is.
Oh, nice.
So this is
one
corporate
of the new agendas.
corporate sales team, I think,
Yes, that's the name.
with 4-2 agenda that gives money. And then
Awesome.
notoriety.
Awesome. Oh, it's on. It's just, you need one more 2-pointer.
2-pointer.
And now you even trash murders because...
I stressed myself, but that was a bad idea because there was an Orion. What the?
This is awesome.
All right, bye HQ. So long, HQ. It was nice to see you.
And now terrible things happen because now also his Wayland ID is on. Oh, man.
Yep. Then,
I mean, he could have probably he would have trashed the Muertos anyway with credits and then would have...
yeah. So I thought, like, I'm gonna get a credit at least for this. He will do the trash anyway. So it was just like he didn't start an Orion. Jesus Christ.
On the other hand, now when you run Turnpike, he will... Yeah. If he resists the...
Archangel.
you get
I will
Imp
get-
on again?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I don't have any credits, so I'm not losing any credits on the turnpike.
Oh, this is terrible. Oh,
So-
man.
so
Adding
actually-
insult to injury.
So yeah, at least R&D is completely accessible to me, but nothing there.
Yeah, I think there's no single R&D multi-access card apart from a card I will not spoil now because we will see it later, I
It
guess.
has to do with wheels and the turning of them.
Exactly. Awesome.
All right, so drawing some cards. I'm at this point, I think I was in a position where I really don't have enough money, and I see, for example, in the corner, I have Liberate accounts there.
Oh,
But Liberate accounts always this problem. You have to get so much credits to get it going, and of course I'm tagged, so I have to get it like out for my first click and really shuffle the money back from this.
or you can run through Archangel and just get it back like that.
Yeah, so yeah, Wanton Destruction and Bagat are not doing anything, and he has to check out Bagat, which is also really great.
Bagat is a cool new Anarch resource. The first time each turn you make a successful HQ run, the cop trashes the top card of R&D, which is basically just a noise mill, and it's leveraging something you want to do anyway, which is checking HQ, and I really like that.
Yeah, I really love
It's
it.
brutal, and at least it's for influence, so not anyone can splash it for nothing.
Sadly, like every time I use it, it was useless. Like this now is useless because HQ is all the way close. And there another game which I won't show I had where it's like somebody was able to trigger their HB ability every turn, which is shuffle back a card from Archives back into R&D. So it's like, okay, the Bagat does nothing now.
Oh man, terrible. Yeah, but you're in a good shape. I mean, you've got only an empty imp out, which is not really cool, but on the other hand, it's...
It could be worse.
Exactly. And
And so far, Guybrush hasn't tried to score anything.
exactly, and he should have at least 1 or 2 agendas in HQ.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
you only saw 3 agenda points, and they're not variety, of course.
Yeah.
But you have to play 14 points when you play a 30 to 35 card, 34 card deck.
Speaking of
And now
scoring,
it's on.
start once I'm gonna play a drive-by on there just to.
Nice.
I mean, maybe sometimes it's some kind of trap, but yeah, that's now I know that I won't be able to score it.
At least make him rest some
At
stuff.
least making the rest of stuff. Yeah, so that is another tour guide. Not a very extreme protection here, but yeah.
I mean, NAPD somehow protects itself, so that's quite nice.
I think we're gonna see a score from NAPD
Yeah.
here.
He needs to. Otherwise...
Yep. There it is. 2 first points for Guybrush.
NAPD. Nice and sweet promos from Worlds.
Oh man, I'm so jealous. I want to have at least one of them at some point. Oh wow, that's a Sandu.
Nice.
So yeah, like if I learned one thing is that you have to trash Sandu as soon as possible. Although he has a lot of money now, But he's not RP, so I can run on my first click there to prevent those 2 credits. But I decide to go with the liberate accounts instead and just get all the money from liberate accounts as soon as I can.
I think you need to.
And I think I miscalculated the liberate accounts here. No, I didn't. It's okay. Nah.
No, you should be at 12 if you install and take 12 off of it. I mean, you did install liberated, which should heal 12 credits rather than 8.
So yeah, I did miscalculate the hierarchy, I guess. Not sure, maybe there's like 2. I don't know what happened there.
No. Happens. Misplace over misplace here.
Misplace. Alright, so... Alright, now I'm getting 4 from... Okay, yeah, so I missed 4 credits, basically. And Mongoose! Yes!
An awesome card.
I love it.
I really like that one. It's cool design space. It's a criminal program, 3 to install, 1 at memory, and it's a killer with base strength of 1. And it says you cannot use Mongoose to break subroutines on more than 1 ice per run. And 1 credit break up to 2 sentry subroutines and 2 credits plus 2 strength. So it's kind of a repeated fairy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more expensive to use, but well, you don't have to get fairies again and again and again and again.
It's a cheap, a bit risky sentry breaker, and I really like it, especially in draft here, because just 3 credits is so easy to plop it down. It can break even large sentries as long as there's just 1 sentry here. I got rid of the Sundew, so he doesn't have the money, and I plopped down also the Sherman, and now I run on the server. The first ice is a Caduceus, which I will break with a Mongoose.
Oh, nice. It costs you just 3. Which is next to Mimic efficiency. That's good.
Close to Mimic right now, yeah. I have to actually do the math here, but there is a tour guide left down there, but the tour guide doesn't have any subroutines because there's no assets rest.
Oh!
And of course he has the only ice type that I don't have the breaker for, so yeah, that stops me, and I think we're gonna see another score here.
Oh, and then suddenly he's up.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing that he plays 3-1 agendas like Gila Hands, suddenly anything that just lies there has to be scored or has to be checked by you.
Yes.
Oh man, and it's a Hades fragment.
That's also bad because now, of course, Bagat would do even less.
Well, you can check.
Oh,
You can run HQ, check archives, and see whether you milled something, but still.
Yeah, technically yes. Yes, okay, so I'm just drawing cards, trying to prepare, trying to make sure that I will be able to get in the server when he tries to score it the last time around. Running on R&D. Still nothing. All those whiffs.
Wall. Yeah, you're particularly unlucky in R&D, that's true.
But I was lucky on HQ, so that's great.
Oh, and you've got a Cold Gate Breaker in hand.
Yeah, I do, but I don't want to play it right now, I guess, because I want him to think that this is a server.
Sure. I mean, on the other hand, you're also quite broke, so...
Yeah.
I mean, that Code Gate Breaker is so disgustingly bad.
The turntable is actually quite good here. I probably might be able... if I can get it out, then, just one point agenda would win me the game.
That's right. I love turntable.
I really like it. There's a lot of turntables in this draft set, and I think that's a good idea, because people should play this card more. It's a really fun card.
Yeah. Always good.
Right, so there's lots of thinking going on. He got a lot of... His ability fired quite a lot of time. You can see a lot of advancement counters on the HQ eyes. I think he's using this as a Trick of Light battery. Paywall implementation. A bit of a misprint on the paywall implementation there, but it's okay. The 0 is a bit small. Katie Jones. Clicking Katie Jones. Or Cardi Jones.
So you want
to getting credit.
Make him... trash Katie and lose tempo? I mean, because he's
He has 2 credits. I mean, will you do this?
No, not with the only once loaded Katie.
Yeah.
Because for you at the end, if you load and unload it turn after turn, it's like 1.5 credits per click, which is not really much better than clicking for a credit.
Celery
no.
gift. Celery gift.
Oy.
There is a... So this is important, because there is a prize requisition in his hand.
Yeah.
So, okay. Also, our pizza just arrived.
Oh.
So I heard the doorbell ringing.
All right, yeah, those pizzas were awesome.
Really nice pizzas.
But yeah, I mean...
All right, clicking Cardi Jones and getting credits. I'm just moneying up because all I need to get in the server is money.
Yeah, right.
I have my breakers on hand.
And you see that if he does install advanced, he cannot trash Katie, and then you do have the money, in fact, to install your nasty...
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to get his prior to requisition out. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Yeah.
Interesting, he has this ice on R&D is advanced now. I'm thinking it's maybe another of those space ice.
I think if I were... what's his name again? Nico?
Nico, yes.
No, if I were Nico, I would trash Katie.
Yeah.
Because this will put you back quite
People forget about those tags very easily.
Yeah.
So he installs something in a remote server, and I'm thinking maybe that's not an agenda. If that's a prior to requisition, I still have one round, right?
Yes. Unless he does double trick of light, which would be cool.
That would be... Wow. Alright, drawing cards. I'm just trying to prepare, trying to find some other ways of doing nasty
Unload
stuff.
Katie. Unload Katie.
No, I should loading Katie even more, pushing my luck.
Whoa! That's balls of steel, sir. I mean, now he just has to trash, because if... What would be cool is trash Katie, advance, go.
Oh, trick of light? Uh-oh. What? Why trick of light? Why did you play this now? What is happening here?
Come on, double trick of light.
I saw the prior to requisition. What? That's not a prior to requisition. What? That's just character assassination.
Awesome. And now Katie dies anyways.
Well, technically yes. And he wins the game. And interestingly, that was a nice bluff here. If you look at this, there was an upgrade in this other server. So I thought this was maybe like an asset. So he would res it during my run, so my mongoose cannot break the tour guide anymore. But it turned out to be just an upgrade.
Nice.
Very nice play from him.
Indeed, that 4-2 character assassination bluff. Awesome.
I really like this play. Really.
That was
And there was a peacock in my hand.
And the Force of Nature, I think. Oh no, it was discarded, but still.
Yeah, I had the Force of Nature first, and I draw the peacock, and I was like, I know what I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
That's probably better, right? I don't know.
Yes,
I haven't played either of those very often.
Those code gate breakers are terrible. I mean, I think there are 3 different. There's Peacock, which is just, well, depends. If the ice has only one subroutine, it's kind of okay. There's a Force of Nature, which is just terrible. A lot to install.
5?
Oh, and if there's only one subroutine, it's terrible. And then I think there's the one Striker.
Oh, the Sally LeBeau breaker. I like those.
Exactly, but it's also quite expensive.
They're not cheap, but they're really sweet. All right, guys. So we're gonna move on to the next game where I will be playing as the corporation. As you can already see, I will be playing HB, and Nico will be playing some kind of runner. So I hope you will join us next time when we will, as always,
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on me.
This episode of Netrunner TeamworkCast was created with a generous support from our listeners. If you enjoy the show and you can't get enough Netrunner videos, please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/hacktheplanet.